Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good day, and it's a pleasure to have you on this special program. I'm your host, Umar Isa Dandabu. Well, he has been described as one of Kannywood's most intelligent and smartest singers, loved, adored, and admired by many, young and old, men and women, and so on. Nura Inuwa, popularly known as Nura Inuwa, is a Hausa musician, artist, film producer. He was born, raised, and educated in Kano State at an area in the city called Gwammaja in the local government area of Kano State, Nigeria. Nura Inuwa has millions of fans across Nigeria and beyond, and one of those fans of his is nobody but Professor Garba Ibrahim Sheka, a very, very renowned professor of economics. But surprisingly, he is so much interested and keen on Nura Inuwa's songs and music. Why is that? So let's talk to Professor. Professor, it's a pleasure to have you on the show.
Thank you very much.
Briefly, what do we have to know about you?
Well, my name is Professor Garba Ibrahim Sheka, the Department of Economics, Bayero University, Kano, and currently serving as the Chairman, Kano State Independent Electoral Commission.
Good. Well, it's kind of complicated and complex. Many people would be not just surprised, but astonished and astounded that a professor of economics is so interested in music, which is quite literature, not economics, that he even has a singer he likes and supports. What does it indicate? Are we missing anything?
No, actually, only for those who doesn't know, there is a very strong positive correlation between entertainment industry, specifically film industry, with economic growth. In fact, if you look at, if you look at the situation in the world, Hollywood, Bollywood, and so on, you can see that some of the richest people in the world come from those industries, and they are making a lot of economic contribution. There are a lot of economic productions within the industry. So we are so interested because of the teeny youth that are actually securing some opportunities within the industry. So there is a correlation, there is a relationship. It's not just for granted that we just like music or musicians, but for what they contribute to the economy and for what they do also to the culture. Culture is also very important. So for all those things, we like them and we rejoice with them.
So looking at your explanation, these celebrities that we're talking about, specifically, let's narrow it down to Inuwa, they are not enriching themselves, but they are also contributing significantly to the economy.
Yes.
Of their own country or the global economy?
Global economy, because if you look at Nura in himself, I mean he does not partake in this industry. He would have been somewhere probably looking for things from other people, but he is now an employer. So I think it's important we understand that. And the earlier our youth understand that, the better for them. Yes, it's not only for Kano, it's not only for Nigeria, it's for the entire world. Yes.
Okay, well, Nura Inuwa is a famous Hausa singer and a producer in Kannywood. But to our surprise, experts like you are so interested in his songs, and we have discovered that you personally, Professor Garba Ibrahim Sheka, have been following his work for almost 10 years. Why?
Not even, almost even today, I'm on Instagram and everywhere. Where as soon as he makes a post, I will just be, in the next 3 minutes, I will be there.
Good.
Actually, Nura Inuwa, you describe him as intelligent, and I will cap it off to say he's a genius.
So he is a genius?
Yes, because he is naturally gifted. Most of the things he is doing, he didn't learn them from anybody. We have not heard of any school that he attended to learn how to sing. But look at the performance. Even those who went to school cannot perform as much as he does. So certainly, one of the reasons why he has many followers, especially among the elderly people, is because of his composure, because of his decency, because of the fact that he does not allow westernization to carry him away. We have seen most of his contemporaries weaving their hair, wearing all sorts kind of clothing, but he doesn't do that. He remains gentle and he remains composed, I think ordinary dancing, he doesn't even dance. He just making things, and he make a consistent songs that whoever followed must end up learning something out of it.
Okay, so
Yes.
so he hasn't been too much influenced by the Western
He has not.
culture.
Yeah, he didn't allow himself to be influenced by those cultures, and that is one of the reasons why most of us are actually admiring him and following him.
So this brings us to this important question: what's the difference between Nura Inuwa's songs with those of his counterparts?
Well,
his
actually,
contemporaries?
the difference is very clear. His songs are actually educative. You know, he does not, sing anyhow. You know, he did it with a purpose, and whichever one you pick, I'm sure even he himself, unless he has record, he may not be able to determine how many songs he actually played. But I am sure if you pick any one of them, you will find something to learn. Educative, some religious, some social, some economics. He has songs, particularly to the youth, to encourage them to come up, stand up, to stop sleeping, stop shying away from responsibilities, and more importantly, the most of his this thing is on love. Actually, yes, there are songs that couples actually enjoyed, and I think it's good in that because it has also economic implications, as I just explained. This time around, if you are getting married, I'm sure at the end of the day, if you calculate, you will spend 2 or 3 million naira, ranging from what you will deliver to the groom's house to the what do you call these places where you play music and so on, the food, inviting people, event centers. So if you do not listen to Nura's songs pertaining love, probably you may end up messing off. Within 2 weeks, you slap the wife and then she runs away, and you lost all that money, and that is an economic loss. So certainly he's making contribution in that direction, and like I said, he's making contribution religiously. He has made a lot of songs praising Holy Prophet, a lot of things. So we admire his songs because of the content, and again, the melody also. Yes, the melody. Most of us, sometimes we lock our doors. You cannot dance outside, but we lock our doors and dance inside indoors because the melody, the sound, sometimes it follows, it goes together with the songs. But sometimes for some other musicians, the melody and this thing are apart. While the sing is this way and the melody is the other way. I think he is different from others in the sense that most of his songs are educative. He does not play anyhow. Whatever kind of thing he actually talk about, you find that there is a lesson to learn. So unlike others that may just, sometimes they may even think for something that you don't even know. So at the end of the day, there's nothing there but the melody and something like that. But his own, it always goes with a lot of lessons that people will learn.
So now how would you rate him?
Actually, he's excellent. And I think, to me, he is the king in the industry. Actually, yes, because as far as I'm concerned, he is leading. Actually, yes, and in fact, that is very clear in the sense that he was the only singer that some people attempted to kill.
Yes.
If not
there
for
was an assassination
there was an assassination attempt on him. So if not because of his skills and the promising future that they observed, they wouldn't have attempted to do anything for him. There are many things that nobody even bothered about them. So that is an indicator that he's a special guy.
Do you think that assassination attempt has sort of changed and transformed his life?
Well, actually,
sort of elevated him?
You see, actually, those who attempted that were thinking probably they would downgrade him, probably stop him from singing. But unfortunately for them, what he did before the attempt was just introduction. The main body is just revealing now. And only God knows when his contribution will actually end in the industry. So certainly, to me, it's more or less like he was encouraged. Only that if he didn't know that he had enemies, now he should know that there are people that are against him. So he should take care of himself very well.
What do you have to say to Nura Inuwa? What sort of pieces of advice would you have for him?
Well, actually, to me, he doesn't seem to be aggressive, and I want him to be aggressive.
Aggressive in what?
In the sense that sometimes he keeps away. For sometimes we are not hearing from him, so he should be, a bit more aggressive. He should involve himself in more activities.
Okay.
He doesn't think
More
for politicians,
okay.
but he should. It's an industry and it's a business, so to say. So he should be involved. If there's any politician who did something good, Nura should come and rejoice with him and then put hands together. And then again, he should be more productive rather than producing his element just maybe every 2 years or something. He should make it annually. Okay. And then even annually, if it is possible, let him be producing 2 albums in a year. That will be okay. He will, like I said, he has created job to many. He will create more jobs to them. So I want him to be more aggressive. He should stand up. He shouldn't be sleeping, as he sleeps too much. I don't want him to be sleeping too much. Yes. He should stand up and be more aggressive, put himself in so many sectors so that his contribution will actually be more. People will feel the impact of him.
So hey Nura, this is a wake-up call from Professor. Professor is saying that you should wake up and continue, be more active than you currently are. Briefly before we wrap it up, do you listen to other music, do you listen to other songs like Bollywood songs, Indian songs, American songs?
Honestly not.
So it's only
honestly not
Hausa
actually.
songs, Hausa
I
music.
do play some other mixes, but very not often, certainly. But as I am telling you now, if I start my car now, it is Nura Inuwa. If
That's
you
great.
check which if not because we are on the program,
Yes.
I would have asked you to call my handset. You will hear the ringtone is
God.
Inuwa again.
This
So certainly
great
to me,
testimony.
I don't have time to waste listening to useless musics.
Okay.
Only those that carry messages. Yes, and
you believe Nura's songs
they
carry
do.
messages?
Almost all of them. That is why in Hausa, all musicians, when they have interaction with media, they ask them of their Bakandemia. Bakandemia is the most popular, the best song to him. Sometimes I even had them asking them his Bakandemia and his listeners' Bakandemia. But Nura doesn't have Bakandemia. Yes, all those thousands of his songs, all of them are Bakandemia. Whichever one you play, it sounds like the Bakandemia. So certainly, he is a genius, like I said.
Professor, finally, before we go, among the songs sung by Nura Inuwa, tell me 1, 2, or 3 of them that you are interested in the most.
It's difficult. Actually, whichever song of Nura I played, I didn't interrupt it until it reached to the end. But certainly, I can recall there is one of his songs, the Salama song.
Okay.
There was a time I was traveling to Gombe, live from Kano to Gombe. I just put it on repeat. If it finished, it will replay again. Yes, and then the other one is there's one educative song, the Ligar Alu, that he sung, telling his lovers and even the enemies that this position that he has reached is by God.
The fame.
And it is only God that will drop him. So in that note, if anybody is jealous about him, he should just take heart. Before Nura was born, there were some people singing. And when Nura dies, there will still be people singing. This is his time. They should let him perform whatever he can perform excellently without any hits. So certainly, like I said, I don't have a choice in the song. Anyone. In fact, there is a song for my daughter who got married. So that one is fantastic. In fact, neighbors are even borrowing it to play during their wedding. In fact, I was so astonished that somebody's wedding is taking place, and our wedding song are being played, and they are dancing like they will kill themselves. So certainly, Nura is wonderful.
That's great. And his songs,
and again, he also even helped us during elections. He actually helped us in
with
entertainment and education sensation. Yes, there was a time when in this office I called all the singers, almost all of them. About 15 came here. Well, so when they play, I would ask them to put it off and just go. We just give him what we want to give him and send him away. Once we got the Nura's song, that is the one we took to the media houses. It's just not up to 5 minutes song. It comprises all the message that we want. So that kind of intelligence is what we require. Not for somebody who will sing for 1 hour. After singing for 1 hour, and you still have some things missing in it. So certainly we appreciate him, and we will continue to follow him indefinitely.
Professor, it's a pleasure having you
Thank
on
you
this
very
program.
much.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Well, that has been Professor Garba Ibrahim Sheka talking to me about Nura Inuwa and the work that he has done and the way that he has been following for an extended period of time. On behalf of everyone that has contributed to the program, I'm Umar Isa Dandugu. Goodbye and have a wonderful day ahead.